The Prophet ﷺ here is underlining an important characteristic of a Muslim person. The Prophet says here in this hadith ﷺ that if someone entrusted you with something, with a materialistic thing, then return it to them intact, to the same condition. And do not cheat or betray those who cheat or betray you. So that's basically the translation of the hadith. If you open the collection of the Imam Tirmidhi, then you'll find it under Bab al-Buyu'. You'll find it under the chapter of financial transactions. So the fuqaha, the scholars, have actually understood from it that this goes under this category, that in any financial transaction, that you should be trustworthy, basically, in any financial, and do not betray or cheat those who cheat you, even if they. And it's very interesting because this characteristic, al-amana, is one of two characteristics that the Prophet ﷺ was described as having, among other characteristics. But we know from the seerah that the Prophet ﷺ was described as being a sadiq al-amin, correct? Right? Among others. These are not the only two characteristics he had, but that's how they described him, that he was a man that's before he was sent as a messenger. He was described as a man of being trustworthy, that you can trust him with your possessions, and also someone who's truthful. And if you think about it, they didn't really describe him in any other, with any other characteristics. They didn't say, this is the man who goes and contemplate for 7, 8 days, 10 days in a mountain. They didn't describe that. They didn't describe how many orphans he actually raised in his, yet he had all these qualities. They didn't really focus on that. But the two things that stuck are these two characteristics, being trustworthy and being honest. It goes to tell you that no Muslim is a Muslim without those two, true Muslim, without those two characteristics. And I can probably take it even farther. No real human being worthy of human interaction could be described as that, with any sense of decency, without having those two characteristics. Being trustworthy, and people can trust you, and also honesty. Today we're talking, truthfulness. Today we're talking about being trustworthy. So, yes, scholars did understand that this hadith goes under financial, under being trustworthy in financial transactions. But I feel like we can take it a notch. It could be also being trustworthy with non-materialistic things. Is that you do not, yes, you take something a materialistic possession, you give it back. That's very easy to understand. But how do you understand being trustworthy with non-materialistic thing? Is by not exposing people, their secrets, not exposing their faults, their mistakes, their sins, things like that, right? There's also something to be taken, not only a materialistic possession, but something to be taken with every conversation and interaction with people, right? And then the second part is very interesting. The Prophet ﷺ says, do not cheat those who cheat you. Okay, we understand that in financial transactions. But also, it goes to tell you that the concept of tit for tat is really not very Islamic. Rarely, the Prophet, never, actually, the Prophet ﷺ took vengeance for himself. People hurt him, never took vengeance. He never really faced bad with, always forgave. On top of it, he would actually go an extra mile to make the person feel respected, and yet they hurt him, right? So I know the translation says, do not cheat those who cheat you, but we can also translate it as do not betray those who betray you. Khiyana is betrayal in Arabic. So it goes in many different levels. And it's interesting how the Prophet ﷺ has so many awesome and high-level qualities, but these are the two, honesty and truthfulness. These are really the two things that stuck with him from Jahiliyyah to today. It goes to tell you that these are very important characteristics that we all should develop and show it in our daily life. I hope this was a benefit. يروي الإمام أبو داود والترمذي والحاكم في مستدركه بسند حسن وصححه الحاكم عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه وارضاه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أدي الأمانة إلى من ائتمنك ولا تخن من خانك وصلى الله على حبيبنا وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت